What if OceanGate Expedition's Titan submersible that was visiting the graveside of the Titanic on the Sunday of June 18, 2023 was attacked by a giant sea creature, resulting in its lost communication and disappearance? But before we proceed to that story, here's how the Titanic ended up finding itself on the floor of the ocean where this vessel was headed to. When the unsinkable RMS Titanic sideswiped an iceberg off the coast of Newfoundland in the extremely chilly waters of the North Atlantic Ocean during her maiden voyage at around 11:30 p.m. on the clear moonless night of April 14, 1912, after 4 days of uneventful sailing from England to the United States, it didn't take long for reality to hit that unsinkable had been an unnecessary show of pride, overstatement and exaggeration of the vessel, and as well an underrating of the ocean's might. The Royal Mail ship, which was the most coveted of the time, had a strong belief in her might that she dismissed some serious warnings and reports that she received from other vessels regarding the course she had taken, especially at her high speed, since some mildly drifting icebergs had been spotted on that path. Then, doomed as her voyage was, the luxurious ship couldn't withstand the assault by the iceberg, and in just a matter of a few hours, the ocean ghosts and sea demons came calling, and she was too powerless to tell them to back off and remain afloat after being overwhelmed by the chilly waters. Nearly perpendicular and with many of her lights still aglow, she bowed to the mightier Mother Nature and dove beneath the ocean's surface at around 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912, taking with her more than 1,500 souls that were among the over 2,400 that had opted for her services in their attempt to cross the massive waters separating the two western worlds. In her downward spiral, the Titanic split into two halves and her wrecks went on different courses, settling 600 meters apart on the floor of the ocean that was 4,000 meters below the sea level. When dawn came, the RMS Carpathia, after receiving the Titanic's distress call at midnight and steaming at full speed while dodging ice floes all night and arriving 2 hours after the Queen had sunk, rounded up all of the lifeboats, and they contained only 706 survivors. This catastrophe exposed the other many flaws that the Titanic also had, as well as the mistakes that her owners, captain and crew made in preparation for that maiden voyage, with the obvious one being a lack of sufficient lifeboats to cater for its occupants in case of such an emergency. 111 years after this unfortunate incident that is still as fresh on the minds of millions of individuals around the world as if they witnessed it firsthand just yesterday, we are once again talking about another incident involving this ship that will possibly never be left to rest in peace. Over the past couple of days, the worldwide media and web has been engulfed with reports of a tourist submersible that has gone missing following an attempt to pay the Titanic a visit once again and see how she's doing on that muddy ocean floor. The OceanGate Expedition's Titan submersible that was given a name that's obviously much bigger than her size, or rather reputation, and that which closely resembles the name of her great-grandmother Titanic, who is silently chilling on the seafloor, went missing after losing contact with vessels on the surface. Launched into the ocean at St. John in Newfoundland, Canada on the Sunday of June 18, 2023, with her destination set for the Titanic's resting place, the Titan submersible lost communication with the research vessel on the surface of the waters above her 2 hours into the expedition that had been scheduled to last 8 hours, and subsequently went missing. But before she was declared missing, reports have emerged that loud banging sounds were heard at 30-minute intervals from the site of where the vessel last had contact. Additionally, it was confirmed that the banging sounds were also heard during Titan's search on Tuesday, where the searching crews heard banging sounds every 30 minutes, prompting the deployment of additional sonar devices. Going by these reports, we are left with so many questions regarding what could have possibly caused the disappearance of this submersible, and I bet one theory that has come to your mind is a possible accident, or rather collision, of the Titan with marine creatures. Despite Stockton Rush, the founder of OceanGate and creator of Titan, who is coincidentally among the 5 people missing with the vessel, bragging that the Titan was invulnerable, it seems he underestimated the ocean's might, and history is repeating itself. Rush, who has decades of engineering experience and had joined the expedition to prove that his vessel is invulnerable, had said in an interview on CBS a while ago that there were a number of innovative safety features on board that make the Titan invisible, but he probably forgot that the ocean is another world that has its own rules that are based on the workings of Mother Nature.
By the time we're done testing it, I believe it's pretty much invulnerable.
And that's pretty much what they said about the Titanic.
That's right. And I will go on all the first dives, put my money where my mouth is.
Though not conclusive as of now, we've developed a theory that Titan might have been attacked or collided with a marine or marine creatures in her manned descent to the Titanic graveside, subsequently developing some mechanical problems that made it lose communication with the research vessel and fail to show up on the surface after the 8-hour wait. Then, since we are not sure the exact creature that might have been involved in that collision or attack, we've listed in this video 5 of those creatures that are capable of being behind the current OceanGate team's frustrations. As it stands right now, one or a multiple of these creatures is risking the lives of the 61-year-old Stockton Rush, the 73-year-old Paul Henry Nargeolet, Hamish Harding who is 58, Shahzada Dawood who is 48 and the 19-year-old Suleiman Dawood. Number 5. A lion's mane jellyfish. Being the longest creature in the sea with a length of up to 36.6 meters, a lion's mane jellyfish has tentacles that reach an astonishing 120 feet in length and is said to sometimes get entangled in marine debris or with other marine creatures. As such, it's highly possible that this creature might have gotten entangled with the Titan submersible and subsequently damaged it in its attempt to break free, causing some mechanical damages behind a loss of communication. Mind you, the lion's mane jellyfish's tentacles are equipped with poison, and this is just another bad news to the Titan's occupants. Number 4. The blue shark. Averaging around 3.1 meters and living in cooler waters like those near the Titanic ship wreckage's location, the blue shark, which is a seasoned migrator that can easily travel for long distances like from Newfoundland to South America, might have probably attacked or collided with the Titan submersible. However, such an occurrence is rare since the mammal has echolocation capabilities that enables it to maneuver the ocean without hitches. Number 3. Giant squid. Being another deep-sea creature whose tentacles can catch prey at distances of over 30 feet, the giant squid is also a legendary sea monster that might have attacked the Titan. Number 3. Blue whale. Being the largest animal on the planet and a good traveler, a blue whale is probably one of the sea creatures that collided with the Titan submersible. The blue whale is known to travel a lot, spending summers feeding in polar regions and traveling to the equator during winter with a cruising speed of up to 32 kilometers per hour, and therefore a collision with the sub might have happened. Number 2. Killer whale, also called orca. Being the most feared and intelligent sea predators, orcas use echolocation to find their prey, and they might have mistaken the Titan submersible to a shark or squid. As to how this works, the orca sends out a series of calls into the water. These calls bounce off anything that blocks their path, such as a shoal of fish, a seal or any big sea creature, and they then use these echoes to find their prey. Since they normally act in high speeds, they might have attacked the sub but turned away after realizing that it's made of metal and not flesh, but still had already caused some damage to it. Number 1. The great white shark. Having largely been depicted in popular culture as a ferocious man-eater despite humans not being its preferred prey, the great white shark couldn't miss on the list of sea creatures that might have attacked or collided with the Titan submersible. Throughout history, the great white shark has been responsible for numerous fatal unprovoked shark attacks on humans, and therefore an attack on the vessel could have been possible. Anyway, even with that said, we will still not rule out the possibility of a human hand's influence in this submersible's predicaments. The sub might have lost communication after developing mechanical problems on its own due to the way it was manufactured, or after its occupants failing to conduct themselves in the most appropriate manner as required of them while descending down there.